We've all found out that all birds are amazing in all different ways. If I had to choose between all the birds in the world, I would choose the barn owl. Barn owls are 13 to 17 inches long, tall. So basically they're like this tall from my wrist to my shoulder. The barn owl's wingspan is 34 to 37 inches. So basically that's like this big. Barn owls weigh 8 to 16 ounces. So that means if I go to the store, go buy a bag of peas that's frozen, that's about how much a barn owl weighs. Barn owls are black, white, and brown speckled back with a white heart-shaped belly and a white stomach. The longest living barn owl was 18 years. But usually the littlest that are just hatched usually only live for their first 4 winters. Barn owls live in North and South America. So barn owls also like to live, of course, in barns, sometimes churches, and sometimes abandoned houses. Barn owls are nocturnal, so that means they're active in the night. Barn owls eat rats, frogs, small birds, and sometimes even bats. How do barn owls catch their food? They fly slowly over a hunting patch. A hunting patch is usually a cornfield or a field where there's either vegetables or fruit growing. So that's where the mice go to eat the fruit or vegetables on the ground, or corn sometimes. So that means the barn owls can fly slowly over that hunting patch that they choose. And then when they hear a sound, they dive down after it. And then when their prey is in their beak, they go to a perch and swallow it whole. Also, when barn owls are 2 weeks old, they can swallow a mouse whole. Barn owls live in pairs. So I'm not saying like 2 barn owls and 2 other barn owls live in the same barn. I'm saying like they live together and they stay. 1 egg is laid at a time every other day, and they do that for about a week and a half. The owlets stay with their mother for 50 to 55 days, so that's almost 2 months. The mother cares for the eggs and the young when the father goes to look for food, and also if the barn or something is getting teared down that they're living in, the father finds a new place when their mother is staying with the eggs. Barn owls, their nickname is the silent killer because when they go and look for the mouse, they don't dive after it and then they make noise. Actually, they're so quiet that the mouse or whatever it's eating, like a bull or a frog, when it dies, it doesn't know what happens because it's so quiet. Just something stabbed it in the back and it dies. Just like, I don't know what happened. I just died. And so also they've had barn owls have needle sharp talons so they can protect themselves and also so they can get their food. Barn owls have flown over super sensitive microphones, and the people who had the super sensitive microphones listened to it and they picked up pretty much no sound at all. And they've also flown over feathers, and the feathers have barely lifted up. But they also tested with pigeons, and those lifted up a lot, and they had a lot of sound. So the barn owl is very quiet when it's being up on its prey. This is the sad part. The mother feeds the barn owl little babies by how old they are. So sometimes when the father can't find enough food, because if it's raining, their feathers aren't waterproof, so if it's raining, it's hard to go out and find food. So if he can't find enough food on a rainy day, sometimes the littlest will die of hunger because the father feeds them by how big they are. If the first hatches, they'll get more food than the second one, and the third one, and the fourth one. So usually the little one dies, and then the rest of the owls eat it for food. Okay, now for my project. This is my nest, and it has a platform of pellets, and then
Remember, you'll
there's
see it
eggs.
later. It'll be on display later.
What is a pellet? A pellet is basically when the barn owl eats its prey, it swallows it whole. So all of the protein and fat stays in its body, but the fur and the bones come out in the size of a pellet. If you soak a pellet for a half an hour, you can open it up, and you can find sometimes smaller bones inside, and you can find out what kind of creature it is, like a vole or a mouse or a rat. And so and feel free to open this up if you want to. And there's some more fun facts on here.
So before we give Violet a round of applause, so that's an example of, remember, some of the items that are out, it's like a museum, you just look. But she did say later when we have this out for display that you could take the pellet and look inside. But now later. Okay, let's give her a big round of applause. How about questions or compliments for Violet?